Welcome to the Urban Cowgirl Show. We're trying to see today whether I can do what I did a few weeks ago with Firecrest Easter Eve. I love this McClellan saddle. It's a multi-purpose saddle. It does have a high front and back. I unfortunately have kind of a severe case of arthritis that I may or may not have surgery for, but I've been investigating the possibility of buying a Charlie Goodnight Western side saddle. Do I need one? Do I need to learn how to do side saddle ranch horse versatility? Do I need to teach my horses how to respond to cues that are not dependent on the leg cue on the right side? Because of course if you're on a side saddle, both legs are on the left side. I like to do cow work. Can I do it with a quirt in my hand? Or how will I explain to my horse what I usually explain with my right leg? Well, when I tried this a couple weeks ago, it seemed to work, and it didn't hurt a few days later. I wasn't sure whether it would. So I'm trying it again. A very simple try. And Angela's at the head, and this is Eve, my best disposition horse for this kind of thing. You've got the right stirrup. I'm going to scooch up into this saddle. I want her to stay still. Good. You see, with my arthritis, I can't lift my leg over the back like I usually do. So she is pretty good about letting me do almost anything I want on her, including vaulting when I was younger and not as arthritic. Did you see how? Put that on here. I just scooched over the front of her head, her neck. I didn't have to apply those pressures on my hips that right now cause me pain. What I want to be able to do is just alter the way I mount my saddle, especially this McClellan saddle, and then continue to do all the things I used to do with Eve, unless just sitting astride on a saddle is going to cause me pain. So that's what the point of this short clip is. I just mounted the way I wanted to. She was a doll about standing there for me. I love this 3-step up. Vinyl can be kept outside or inside. She didn't dance around. It didn't concern her. Okay, and now I actually don't need the lead line, I'm pretty sure. Angela's gonna join up with me though. It's a windy day, about to rain again. I'm going to ask Eve just to do some over the haunches turns, walk up and down the driveway. I'm going to try to use my legs, my hips, my thighs, my calves, even my heels if I have to tell her something. And then I'm going to observe myself for the next couple days. And then my next session on this show, I hope will be doing the very same thing, but I'll be following a moving object and continuing to train for raiding a simulated cow. Okay, so I'm just going to walk forward, and then Angela, I am going to turn right. So I've got my roping reins on because I love to rope on Eve. I'm going to squeeze a little bit, look over her head, use my heel. Okay, then I'm going to neck rein her, nice turn. I did have to use my thighs to ask for that turn. I did have to ask for a whoa and pick up the right rein. Whoa! Look over her head. Now I'm going to ask her to back. I even use my legs to ask for her back. A little bit of bumping, in and out. Look over her ears, click, but a back signal. Now I'm going to look over the right to the left. But I don't want her going forward. I want her to go over her haunches. Got to get that vertical flexion again. There. Good. to try it yet. I want to see if I hurt from the walk. Whoa. Couple extra small steps. I'm going to try it one more time because I want, when I ask her to whoa, I want frozen feet. 4 feet in concrete. Back, a little bit of tug. Back. Right leg pressure. Whoa. Whoa. Better, better. All right, well now I have to see if that kind of leg pressure, if that kind of movement to make her walk faster, I had to use my hips, is that going to bother me? Or am I going to have to find out if I can ride and do ranch horse versatility and cow work, including roping, with a side saddle? Because this leg may have to stay on this side of the horse. And to tell you the truth, I have never seen a show about side saddles, and especially about doing cow work and ranch horse versatility with side saddles anywhere. So maybe this one will be the first. We'll show you as we progress. Postscript, you know, you get in, can you get out? Okay, will she stand for me? Yeah. Loosen the stirrup, slide down, yeah. Will she do it when Angela isn't here? I'm pretty sure she will. She's a great horse. She's a great Morgan horse. And we'll do every one of these maneuvers astride with the help of some very careful mounting and dismounting. And if we have to, we'll get a side saddle, but it will be most likely a Charlie Goodnight Western side saddle. It was designed way back, I think it was in the 1800s, by a man whose wife wanted to go on the cattle rides with the rancher, and an English side saddle just didn't give her the support and security she wanted. So he designed a special Western type of side saddle, and those are still available, mostly renovated, recovered, and I'll be looking for something like that. Today we're working with Eve again. I've got my McClellan saddle on. The last time I tested out my body, that I have hip problems, as you know, with the McClellan, I actually put my right leg over her neck, and she was fine on that. I actually went up and down this track. It's our what we call our north-south driveway. I did have some hip pain for the next 24 to 36 hours. But, you know, I'm not sure something else didn't cause it. So I'm going to be real cautious today. Do something similar, only if Eve is responding well, we're going to ride the bike up and down the driveway to give her something to follow. Not with the roping horns attached. That kind of makes rattling sounds and she gets kind of stressed. And I don't want to stress my body in trying to deal with a stressed horse. Right now it's a warm, windless day and she's half asleep. So I brought my rope out. I may or may not carry it when I ride. What I'm trying to do today is to determine whether I can mount her over her neck, do what I love to do with ranch horse versatility on her and not hurt for the next 24 to 36 hours. And I do have a couple of consults in the next couple of weeks. I'm having to make decisions about how I want to deal with this malady, which hits hundreds of thousands of people, especially after they've reached the age of 50. So I have to say that right now I'm feeling quite good. If I'm real careful what I do with my body, I don't have constant arthritis type of pain. So I want to keep it that way. And let me say that I did locate a side saddle. It's not a Western side saddle. It's a Somerset side saddle locally here in Monterey County. I'm in Santa Cruz County, and the gal who is selling it is coming here, and today is Tuesday. She's coming here Thursday morning. I'm going to try it out on Eve. By all measurements that I made of Eve, by the measurements she reports of the side saddle, it should be a perfect fit. So we're going to try it. And if it looks like it would be instructive, we'll video that session as well. So if I do buy a side saddle here, I'm encouraged because I didn't want to buy one through the mails or over the internet, unknown sources. If I do buy one here, I'm getting kind of excited about the idea, whether or not I feel I need it for physical reasons, doing things inside saddle. You know, for centuries they were used. You know, what can we do here on the in our little urban rural setting, including our obstacles, including our jumping, including changing gaits and transitions and opening gaits? What can we do when we're sitting in a side saddle on a horse that, with due time, will be trained to respond to cues that you give them without using your right leg on the right side? And when you think about astride riding, there's so many cues you give with bilateral motion with your legs. And in the side saddle, it's not only different for you, the rider, it's different from the horse under you. So I feel that it would be really exciting and instructive to do video shows about that. And I have to say that the side saddle camaraderie is tremendous. I've had a lot of a response to the couple shows that I've done about simulated side saddle, and I would be enthusiastic to continue to work with these people, especially people that may want to try some of the things I'm trying that I'll show you. I'll show you what works and doesn't work by video. If I buy this side saddle, there'll be a whole new strand of shows about side saddle ranch horse versatility. Now, I'm going to just leave this rope over here out of the way, but we may pick it up if Eve is doing well. I'm going to mount her like I did before. It's all right, Eve. She's usually pretty good about having me step up and get higher than her. Sometimes horses get real stressed with that. I'm going to hold these aren't my roping reins, but they're my yacht rope reins. I'm going to do what I did last time. I hope she doesn't dance around. See, that's with the side saddle. You got it? Uh-huh. There you go. Once I get that right sits bone in the right place, I feel balanced. I wouldn't do this with just any horse, but I am doing it with Eve. Putting my foot in the left stirrup, the ball of my foot. I'm asking Eve to allow me to carefully bring my right leg to the right side. You see, I can do that without pain because I guess I'm not spreading my hip bones like I usually do when I mount the usual way. Okay, so I do have the advantage today of using my right leg to cue her. And the question is, will it hurt? Will it hurt my legs to do what I have done for some 40 years, riding astride? So the first thing I'm going to do is just review what I did last time, putting weight in the ball of my foot, trying to keep the weight off of my hips and my ball joints there, which is where the arthritis is. And I'm going to look over her ears. I'm going to give her her head. See, I don't like to squeeze. Good. Look to the left. Little tugging here. I don't want a U-turn. I want over the haunches. Good. Whoa. Whoa. Look to the right. Tugging, tugging. I want over the haunches. Can I do this in side saddle someday? Back. I'm having trouble even doing it astride. Okay, we'll review it. A lot of Look over her ears. Back. Loose. There we go. Look where I'm going. Whoa. Good. Gee, that was a nice whoa. Okay, Katie, can you put on the bike helmet? Mm-hmm. And You can pedal it or use the electric button. I'm going to turn. Look where I'm going. Oh, good. And Katie's going to go, let's say, up to where the grass starts by the oak tree, make a U-turn, and I'm going to see if I can use my thighs, my calves, my heels, whatever, to cue Eve with a stride riding today and not hurt tomorrow. And so the next time we fire up the camera for this show, I'll let you know if I did have pain. And in the meantime, I still am pursuing, as I mentioned before, a side saddle. Okay, so you're going to go kind of slow. I'm going to stay at a walk. I'm not ready to trot yet. I want to investigate a stride riding at a walk or a fast walk. If I use my hips like this, she's real good about picking up speed. Okay, so, and then if I want you to stop the bike, I'll say stop. And if I want her to stop, I'll say ho. Okay. Oh, look at her ears. She says, oh, I think I'm supposed to follow that. And she is. Whoa. Nice. It's good. Very good. Ah, she's starting to trot. I'm not ready for that, so I'm bumping her down. Can you stop your bike? Whoa. Okay, and I want to be able to practice with Eve so often that when she sees the bike or whatever moving object we're following, stop, she'll stop without me having to even say ho, without me having to give any kind of bit pressure. She has the O-ring snaffle in her mouth right now. That was easy. She didn't stop by herself, but that's what she's going to learn with repetition. We've done it in the past, but it's been a while, so she's probably forgotten the right answers. And Eve, Firecrest Easter Eve, loves to give the right answers. Okay, now what I'm going to do, this time I'm going to let her do a U-turn to follow you. Again, I did definitely feel pressure here at the top of my thigh when she started to pick up the jog, and I'm not ready to challenge myself that way. Plus, it won't give me the answer I want. I want to know today if I just do some rating with a moving object that's a simulated cow at a walk or fast walk, well, will I hurt? And then I'll let you know next time we turn on the camera to do a similar exercise, or maybe we'll turn on the camera and add a tail end to the show all about the side saddle if I decide to buy it. Okay, now I'm going to follow you. This time I'm going to watch the moving object, not her, not Eve's head. I'm going to let her do a U-turn. You see, I'm giving her, oh, she decided to do haunches anyway, okay. She's getting too far forward. Okay, you just keep going. This time I got her to do a U-turn. Okay, stop at the camera. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, I did get her to do a U-turn at the other end. I gave her her head with both my right and left rein. She understood it. On the way back, she suggested that she might want to pick up a jog. That's the most comfortable gait very often for horses. But I just did a little bumping, and I used my hip in such a way that there was less pressure on my thighs. And I feel like that was just fine. So as a next step, a tiny baby step, I want to do the same thing with a rope in my hand. Can you put the kickstand down? Be careful that the bike is, on the kickstand. Okay, just lean it against something. It's It's heavy because of the battery in it. Okay. Good, Eve. Good, Eve. I did keep her off to the left of the moving object because if I were to start roping, that's where I want to be. I don't want her head in the way when I throw my loop. Same thing now. I'm not even going to make a loop. I'm just going to ask Eve. She sees the rope. Okay, same drill. I'll let her go over her haunches or I'll let her do a U-turn. Looking over her ears, trying to get that flexion. There, she combined it, started a U and then went over. She's watching, she's doing real good. Nice. Little bumping, she's getting too close. You see, if I had my roping horns attached to the spike, it could be dangerous. Whoa. Okay, here's what I want to do. Every time we did a left turn, this time, can you make your U-turns to the right at both ends? And if all goes well, that's where we'll find our note of resolution. Everything you want to do from both directions. Okay. Open. Little bit of knee pressure. Yeah, to keep that arc. Real soft, that was good. Okay, stop at the camera. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, coming from north to south, she definitely almost consistently tried to pick up a jog, but she listened to the little bit of bumping I did. She's beginning to, I think the light is turning on. She's beginning to realize she's not supposed to go too close to the cow, but she has to be in the right position and the right angle so that if I do start roping, I can form a loop, swing the loop overhead and throw it at the horns without running into her head. There's so much to learn when you're roping, not just about the mechanics of roping, but position with your horse, get your horse to understand what their job is, and then practice every which way, on driveways, in pastures, in the arena, out of a chute if you have one. It's a wonderful sport to learn and do, but I would have to say in the 40 years I've been working with horses, there's only one thing that is neck and neck with difficulty, and that is pairs driving. That's the other very challenging thing we're doing with Eve and her daughter Sadie. So watch the farming thread. We continue to make progress on pairs driving with cross-check reins. So we'll see how I feel tomorrow and the next day. As a matter of fact, I have a consult tomorrow with a physician, so I definitely wanted to do this today. And with the side saddle arriving the day after tomorrow, I wanted to have an idea how critical it is that I use a side saddle rather than a stride riding, even if it's not a Western side saddle, for the convenience of it. And it is an economical asking price. And that's all for today. Today, I am shopping right here at Shadrack Farms for a side saddle. This is a side saddle that lived in Monterey County, and I'm in Santa Cruz County. So fortunately, the owner brought it to me, and I am comparing it to my McClellan saddle, which I love, but it isn't a stride saddle. And the only thing that I do right now physically to use my McClellan that I can't do with some of my other saddles is I put my leg over the front of it and the front and the neck of my horse, and therefore I don't have to lift my right leg up too high over the hip. Here's our first attempt. There we go. Both Katie and I have been trying to learn about side saddle with YouTube. I see it's a shorter stirrup.
Yeah, that's comfortable though.
Yeah, it's comfortable?
Yeah.
And now walk up and down the driveway, and that's part of our test. And then another test would be trying to do some cow work with our simulated cows in my arena, but I don't think we'll try that today. We think that that strap is for, and we've seen this on our videos that we can see on YouTube, is for the other, as a matter of fact, we're sure of it, for the other cinch, because it's a single buckle. The saddle is in pretty good condition. It's a Somerset, and I'm not sure what the implications of that are. Okay.
Yeah.
Sonya, I'm not strapping it real tight since she's sitting on
Yeah, but she's used to a back cinch on a Western saddle.
Oh, there you go. That looks
There you go. Okay, here we are in the arena, trying to get Eve used to it. We brought her breast collar up in line with her shoulders. She is not collected. She keeps picking up a...
I think it's also, the morning routine is to come in here going...
Yeah, and we've changed her morning routine. And we only have a side pull on our nose. The question is, at a walk, make some small circles or some figure eights or serpentine. Can we get her to accept the fact that what's on her back feels different? Katie's already accepting it. She thinks she can get better at it with practice, and I think I can too. Look ahead. Yeah, look over her ears. Good. Good, Evie. Now there's a show up on YouTube where a lady in a side saddle jumps like you see here, those white vinyl jumps. It may be a long time before we try that. Good, Evie. Try to bump her down. Stop and back. Try to bump her down. Bump, bump. Good, good. That's the picture we want. Nice. Western horses working cows do a lot of that. Oh no, look at that. There, better again. Okay, we're gonna quit for today. I'm in the saddle now. It wasn't easy for me to get in because I still have pain in my legs when I bend them. But if I can learn how to ride side saddle, watch for season 28. Because I want to do everything inside saddle that I've done all these decades astride. See more at www.urbancowgirlchannel.com.